All right. Well, let's just get started. If people show up, great. If not, it's all good. Someone can watch it later. Well, what's going on, everybody? WakoBako here. So today we're going to do another CGC submission recap. We did get 3 submissions back. This was a very fast turnaround. A little bit faster than usual, which is good. Hopefully we can keep up the pace here. 3 economy submissions. So this is going to be number 39, 40, and 41. Kind of crazy to think I've done that many submissions so far. But yeah, and then I posted a YouTube short this morning, actually just a little bit ago, with the next submission preview. So go check that out as well. So yeah, picked these up, dropped another one off. Hopefully, you know, this was about a 2-week turnaround, which was nice. A lot better than, 30 days and closer to 5 weeks that we've been experiencing. But I'll gladly take that for sure. All right. And if you guys saw on the community notes or the community tab on Discord and on Instagram, I kind of give the breakdown for the next couple streams. So we're doing this today. Sunday is going to be a mail day stream, which I got a whole bunch of mail in today and more stuff coming tomorrow. So that should be pretty fun. May even open up some stuff. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So keep an eye out for that. Friday, we're going to have Final Fantasy Friday. I was going to do that today, but obviously with the CGC submissions coming in, I wanted to prioritize that. So yeah, and then like I said, we'll probably have something for Sunday, of course. But all right, so 3 boxes here: 15 card economy submission, 10 card economy submission, and then the last is another 10 card economy submission. We're going to do them in the submission order. So this is number 78. So we'll start with that one. I'll leave these in the backdrop here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it sideways like this, and then we'll just pull and show them off that way. Just so we don't have to worry about like revealing anything or spoiling anything. But yeah, this should be pretty fun. If you guys saw the short that got put up for the next submission, I think you guys are really going to like that one. A lot of vintage stuff was put into that one. Even gave some love to a Pokemon I don't really, really collect, or you don't really see me grade too often. So like I said, I think it should be pretty fun. They had to put this one in the longer box because it's 15 cards, so this is a 25 card box. Like I said, usually I try to keep it easy for them, so I do 10 or I'll go all the way to 25. But yeah, for some reason I was like, hey, let me do 15 cards for this one. So anyway, hopefully you guys are having a good week so far and a good Friday. If you're watching this during lunch, don't forget you do have to go back to work at some point, so don't get lost. Yeah, hopefully you guys have a good weekend. But without further ado, let's get into this. So this will be 35 cards in total. Super excited. And what we'll do is I'll try and lay them all out so we can see everything that came in and all the different grades. But we'll save that for the very end. But let's start with this one here. Ooh, okay, nice. Starting with the Japanese Umbreon. This is from TerraFest EX. So this submission here, if I remember correctly, it's got a bunch of EX cards and some really exciting stuff towards the end, especially stuff I don't think has been graded through CGC just yet. But yeah, let's take a look. Again, Umbreon EX is just a double rare, nothing too crazy, but you guys know all the evolutions definitely draw some attention, kind of like Pikachu and Charizard. So I thought I'd give it a chance and try my luck. But let's see how we do with this one in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's a good start there. We got the Gem Mint 10 to start this off with. Very, very nice. Trying to hold it at the right angle so you don't get all the extra reflection. But yeah, very, very nice. I'm always curious, especially because CGC doesn't do subgrades anymore. What took this down from being a pristine? But again, don't really know. I'd have to take a further look, but obviously I'm not going to complain. Majority of the stuff you guys see here today will end up on the eBay store, which makes a long day for me today, but it's well worth it, especially when you start getting notifications that stuff's sold or people are sending you offers. So yeah, once this is done, I'm going to do all the other secondary pictures. I always use these scans that eBay gives as well. And then, yeah, I'll upload all that stuff. So there should be about 35 new cards added to my eBay inventory today. But let's take a look and see what's next. If you guys already saw You guys know that that famous brownish gold label there. So we do have a pristine 10 early on. Very, very nice. I always love getting pristines with the Japanese cards, especially because it kind of fits the back border for the Japanese cards. But yeah, good to see one of these early on. Let's take a look and see which one it is. And again, we'll recap all of them and I'll stack them all up in piles at the end. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. There we go. Sylveon EX, another double rare from TerraFest. Absolutely beautiful card there. Nice to see with that black and gold stamp on it. Yeah. Evolutions, again, I'm not the biggest fan by any means, but always nice to see them graded this high. I'm just curious, because I know the English counterpart, even for the double rares, is more expensive. For some reason, the English cards are more expensive than the Japanese counterparts. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious to see the overall value in that one. So I'm going to, as we go through, I'm just going to take these out of the box. We'll lay them all down so we can keep track that way. All right, on to the next. Ooh, okay, 2 back-to-back. All right, starting the submission off strong for sure. And for my usual viewers or my regulars, the reason why I'm doing this earlier for a Friday stream, normally Friday streams are like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. It's because, like I said, I got this, I literally picked this up about 3 hours ago, maybe 2 hours ago. And I wanted to do this so we could recap it, and then also so I could start adding the stuff up there. Saya, how we doing? But yeah, another pristine early on. This is the 3rd card we're looking at so far. Let's take a look and see what it is in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, nice. All right. Another pristine evolution. I will gladly take that. Hey, the more 10s and pristines for the evolutions we get, the better. It would be kind of cool, especially for all these double rares, to have a full set. And I think one of these submissions, I ended up trying that. So we'll see how that one went. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're off to a strong start. So just to show you, this is what we've got so far. Yeah, we're looking really good so far. Super excited about it. And interested to see how the rest of the submission goes. Now, there are some other cards in here, especially some other vintage stuff, or a little bit more older. So I'm interested to see how that does as well. So not a pristine, but still potential for a good grade here. We have the Pikachu EX. This is from Super Electric Breaker. One of the recent sets, and obviously this is the Japanese counterpart to Surging Sparks. Pretty cool Pikachu card. Again, it's just a double rare. But again, I had a whole bunch of these, so I thought I'd try my luck, especially with more of with some of the more popular Pokemon. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. Gem Mint 10 on that one. I'll gladly take that. Another absolutely beautiful card there. And this is one of the few of these, like the crystallized or the terraform, whatever you want to call it, cards, where like I really like the artwork. Like all the crystals are kind of shooting off in all these different directions. Plus it doesn't, I don't know, it's not really lost. Like some of these cards, the Pokemon gets lost in all this crystal form. But this Pikachu looks really, really nice. So there we go. In baseball terms, we're batting 1,000 so far. We have all 10s, but let's see how we go from here. Next, ooh, Charizard EX. This one is from Shiny Treasure EX, another very popular set. Yeah, and again, it's one of those where like even this one, it's not too bad. But again, some of them, like any of the Terrapagos cards, you just can't even tell that it's a giant. Oh my goodness, a giant turtle. Like it just gets lost in the card. But all right, Charizard EX, again, Shiny Treasure EX. I have a whole bunch of these. I probably have like 5 or 6 more. I'll just slowly trickle them through to submissions. I don't really want to submit like 10 of these at a time. I think that's kind of crazy. But let's take a look and see how we did on the good old Charizard. Nice. All right, another Gem Mint 10. Very, very nice. I will gladly take that. An absolutely beautiful card. Yeah. Really, really good submission so far. And again, we still have 2 other boxes to go through. So hopefully the luck continues. But there we go. Again, stacking them up in front of me, and we'll recap all of them at the very end. But let's get on to the next. We have, yep, another Charizard EX. A couple of these I did like doubles of, or I don't think I did any triples. But again, just slowly trickle them in. And I went through the ones that I thought looked the best. So hopefully this one grades just as well as the previous. Let's take a look. Nice, it did. So very, very nice. So there we go. Both Charizard EX is submitted, and we got 2 Gem Mint 10s. Absolutely beautiful. Gladly take that. Nice. Definitely off to a strong start. All right, let's see what's next. Ooh, here we go. Another fan favorite. Here we have the Mew EX. This one, another card from Shiny Treasure EX. Yeah, again, absolutely beautiful. Had some really good luck during this opening. We pulled a lot of absolutely amazing cards and a lot of shinies. But I had a stack of these Mews and the Charizards, and I was like, oh, eventually I'll start submitting them. So, all right, let's take a look at how we did on this one. Nice. All right. Yep. We're doing really, really well so far. And again, it's one of those things where I'm not a professional grader by any means, but sometimes, especially after grading this many cards, and again, I've done over 40 submissions, whether it's customer orders or for my own. But yeah, you just start seeing just, you know, even quick glance, you know, the 4 criteria they're looking for, centering being some of the easier to identify and point out. But yeah, another absolutely beautiful card. And let's see what we have next. I think it should be another Mew behind that one, but let's see what we got here. Yes, it is another Mew. Again, Shiny Treasure EX, absolutely beautiful. Centering on this one looked really, really good. And the card overall looked good, so that's why I submitted it. And again, a lot of the submissions I've been doing lately are for the store. I really want to get back to submitting for the for my personal collection, but I have to keep the store stocked. And as much as I would love to submit the hundreds of cards that I have for the personal collection, it's just not really feasible right now. So, favorite Mew card currently? That's a great question. Let's take a look at this, and I'll gladly answer that for you. All right, let's take a look and see how we did. Nice. Okay, another 10. We're off to an amazing streak so far. 2 10s for the Mews. My favorite Mew artwork currently, I'd say probably the Bubble Mew from Shiny Treasure or Paldean Fates. I was lucky enough to have 3 of them. I graded 2 and kept 1 for myself. I'm still a huge fan of the Shining Mew, the old Neo, the Korokoro promo. That's definitely one of my favorites for sure. But the other one I like too is the alt art from Fusion Strike. That one was really, really nice too, especially because it's just like all these other stuff floating around him. So yeah, those are kind of my favorites just off the top of my head. What about yours? What's your favorite Mew card currently? All right, still got some more cards in this box. Let's take a look and see what else we got. Ooh, all right, so threw in my man Blastoise there. Yep, Fusion Strike, that one was a great one. And it was funny because there were 2 alt-art Mews for that one. You had the V and the V Max. I like the V Max better. But yeah, absolutely beautiful Mews for sure. All right, Blastoise EX, this is from the special deck. This is that box that came with Charizard and Venusaur decks as well. I had a couple of these, and again, I have probably 2 or 3 more off to the side with my regular or my stack of Blastoise for the personal collection. But let's see how this one did. Maybe we'll add it. Maybe I'll put it on the store. Ooh, 8-5. Okay. All right. So the first dip here. But again, 8-5s aren't too bad. I'll gladly take that. This one I'll probably keep with me, especially because it's not a super high grade. Yes, it could probably sell on the shop for sure. But this card here at an 8-5, it's probably not worth putting up, especially after all the fees and all the stuff I have to put there. Saya likes the Shiny Fates Mew EX. Yep, that one is pretty cool. I do like all the little doodles in the back for sure. I want to see more cards like that, where it's just kind of cartoony and just fun. Looks like a little hand, like literally like hand drawn onto the cards. But yeah, this card here I'll probably just keep with the personal collection. My personal collection, I'm not trying to do like all 10s for Blastoise or anything like that. I'm just trying to get every Blastoise card graded. I have stuff all the way from 2s and like 2.5s all the way up to pristine 10s. So yeah, I'll probably hold on to this one, but 8-5 on that one. So the first little dip that we have, but again, I can't complain. I would gladly take that. Let's take a look and see what we have next. Another Blastoise card here. This one is from 151, Japanese iteration, of course. Really, really fun set. It's probably one of the more popular modern sets going right now. I was lucky enough to complete the English set. Have no intention of completing the Japanese set because, especially if you're trying to do master set, especially at this point, it's very, very expensive. But yeah, I had fun opening both English and Japanese. I opened up plenty on the channel. But let's take a look and see how we did with my man Blastoise here. Ooh, okay, a 9, a little bit better than the previous. Again, this will probably be another one that I just add to the collection. And again, it's obviously Blastoise is my favorite, but you know, some of these cards, especially when they're just the double rares like that, if you're not getting 10s or even the pristines, you know what I mean? Like it may or may not be worth putting up for sale. But again, I'll gladly add this to the collection. It's one I don't have graded for myself, so no complaints there. All right, let's see what we got next. This should be, yep, another Blastoise. Okay, nice. This one is the full art from 151. So yeah, so I think at this point now I have the regular EX graded from 151. I have the full art and I have the alt art graded from 151 as well. So got them all covered. Let's see how we did with this one though. Again, absolutely beautiful card here. I love all the texture on the background. A little bit harder to see, but there you go. You get a little bit of that splash effect there. Just absolutely perfect fit for Blastoise. But let's see how we did. Ooh, 8.5 on this one as well. Man, it's kind of rough. Yeah, right? Yeah, Blastoise is some of my favorites. Definitely my favorite Pokemon of all time. And then I got Raichu and Dragonite behind it. I thought this one looked really, really good. I'm kind of surprised I got an 8.5. So the one thing about this, though, is you can go... obviously, you can scan the QR code on the back. And it pulls you to the site. And there's a front and back, like, really high-res scan of these. And the thing I like about that is you can click on them. And you can zoom in super far. That's awesome. I love to hear it. I'm the exact same way. Definitely Team Blastoise for sure. But yeah, so you can look at the high-res pictures, and you can really, really zoom in. So I'll probably do that with these. But honestly, these three I'll probably keep for myself. It's cards I didn't have in the collection just yet. And they're not super high grades, but for me, they're totally fine. I'll gladly add them to the collection. So, all right, not too bad there. Let's keep rolling and see what we got next. All right. Ooh, another Blastoise. Okay, so this is a similar artwork than what we just saw, but the difference is this one's the Japanese iteration from 151. This is the Chinese iteration from Collect 151. So yes, the Chinese side of the house, this is simplified Chinese, by the way. They did a traditional Chinese for 151, and it's the same kind of box style and all the cards there. They're doing another run for simplified Chinese called Collect 151. Now, this is volume 1. They're going to do 3 other volumes. The second volume should be coming out here in the next month or two, hopefully. So I'll definitely be ripping into that. My favorite thing about this, and if you can kind of see it on that bottom left corner, it's always tough to see on camera, but there's an actually Pokemon stamp on that corner. So on the Chinese side, that's something else that makes this very, very unique. Even though the artwork's the same, they put their own little stamp on that corner there. It threw me off the first time I saw it because I thought there was something messed up with that corner. Yeah, let's see if we can see it. It's not going to zoom in that well, unfortunately. But you kind of see it right there. But yeah, makes that card a little more unique. I have a couple other Chinese 151 cards I'm going to be submitting. So, all right, let's take a look and see how we did with this one. Nice. All right. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. So we get the Gem Mint 10 for this one. Yeah, depending on value, I'll probably hold on to this one. If it's crazy expensive, then yeah, obviously I'll put up on the store. Again, I have more of these to grade. But yeah, that's absolutely amazing, especially seeing how the other Blastoise cards have been. It's nice to see Blastoise get a 10 right there. All right, 3 more in this box, and we move on to the next box. Let's see, we got this one. Ooh, all right, so this is becoming one of my favorite recent sets here. It's another simplified Chinese set. This is the Gem Pack Volume 1. This is also known as the Pokemon Horizon set. You guys saw me open up a whole bunch of this. I have my jumbo binder over here off to the side that I'm actually working on completing this set. Super fun set. There's not a lot of cards, but it has some of the most beautiful artwork and a lot of the reverse holo patterns that you can't see anywhere else. But yeah, so I thought I'd submit this. Again, Shiny Pikachu, always a favorite. And the convention for the actual card, so it's card number 7 in the set, but it's the 6th card out of 9. So what that means is there's 9 total Pikachu cards in this set. I think there's like 5 or 6 reverses because of all the different patterns. You have this, you have an art rare, and then you have the triple rare. So yeah, I know it seems kind of weird, especially because it's not normal to how we're used to seeing stuff. But yeah, for this set specifically, because there's so many different versions of each card, that's why they did it that way. All right, well, let's take a look and see how Shiny Pikachu did in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, so close. 9.5. So close to getting the 10 on this one, but hey, that is absolutely beautiful. If I was to guess right off the bat, it's probably centering, and you can see it on the front, and I'll do my best to keep this nice and straight. You can kind of see it's shifted over that way just ever so slightly, but that could be enough to push it off from the 10. But still, absolutely beautiful card. And the funny thing about the Chinese cards is they do have the English backs on them. But still, absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to complain about that. What's going on, Nugget? How we doing? Just showing off this first submission. But yeah, absolutely beautiful card. And again, I don't know how many of these have been graded, especially because the simplified Chinese sets are fairly new. So I wanted to get this grading, get in early, so it may be a low pop. But there we go. First 9.5. Let me move all these over. All right, let's see what's left. 2 more in this box here, and then we still have 2 more boxes. So here is another absolutely beautiful card from that Gem Pack Volume 1. Again, this is the Pokemon Horizon set. It's got the little stamp down there on the bottom. But again, this is extremely unique artwork. You can't find this in any other English or Japanese set. And that's the other reason why I really clinged to this set here. It's again, very small set. It's not expensive because the Chinese TCG market, there's not much following behind it. But again, with cards like this, I mean, it's definitely getting attention. So I'm excited to go through Volume 2. I think they're going to do 3, potentially 4 total volumes. But again, as these come out, I'll definitely be getting them and add them to the jumbo binder. All right, but let's take a look and see how we do with good old WakoBako. Nice. All right. That is amazing. Gem Mint 10 on this absolutely beautiful full art. And again, this looks like just a straight up screen grab from the show. Absolutely beautiful. I will gladly take that. Very, very nice card. Very interested to see the pricing on that one, especially because, again, I don't think there's too many of them out there. All right, last but not least for this box, if you thought that card was beautiful, I know exactly what this next card is. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So, you thought that one's beautiful. This one is the huge big hit for that set. Gem Pack Volume 1. This is the Captain Pikachu triple rare. Again, you got the stamp for Pokemon Horizons down here. Again, just a straight up screen grab from the show. I was lucky enough to pull 3 of these. I've got 1 in the binder. I already sold 1. And then I graded this one. So thought I'd try my luck grading at least one of them. Yeah, good old Cap. I love it. Definitely a beautiful card for sure, and I'm glad I did it this way so I can keep 1 in the binder and I can always have 1. And then this one here, depending on its value and the grade, obviously, it's going to go up on the shop. But let's take a look and see how we did with Gold Captain Pikachu in 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. That's amazing. So not only did we get WakoBako in the 10, we got Captain Pikachu as well. There's 2 other triple rares in this. There's Sprigatito, and then there is Quaxley, which I'm going to try and get extra of those and get them graded. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. We got both. Just absolutely beautiful. Again, this is the big chase card for the Gem Pack Volume 1. So yeah, that's a huge grade for sure. So pretty solid first box. I'm going to move this out of the way. Yeah, very, very nice start to this. 2 more submissions to go through. And again, majority of the stuff you'll see, like this Pikachu, good old Captain Pikachu, will be up on the eBay shop later today, so keep an eye out for that. Links for all that stuff is in the description, or you can check out the link tree. I've got Discord set up. You can check out the Instagram and the eBay shop as well. All right, next, getting into submission number 40. It's still kind of crazy to think how many submissions I've done. So that was the date they received it on 3/18. Now, so due date, that's when it was actually stamped, shipped, was 3/31. So very quick turnaround. I'm excited to see that, especially because some of the submissions were taking a little bit longer than normal. But it seems like they're kind of back on track and caught up on whatever backlog they had. So yeah, hopefully these submissions, I mean, these 2-week turnarounds would be great for me, especially because some of these submissions are fairly cheap or cheaper, especially doing economy with just 10 cards each. Which means I can send them out, get them back faster, get them uploaded on the eBay store, just keep the whole cycle going. All right, let's see. Again, just 10 cards in this one and then 10 cards in the other one. But yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see how we did on this one. Starting off, ooh, all right. We're starting off real strong with this one. I'm going to move this back a little bit, give us some room to look at everything. All right, here we go. So I saw it already, but look at this. Starting off with another pristine 10. I don't remember which box this is specifically. Obviously, once I flip this, I will know, or which submission it is rather. But again, I love the pristine 10s, especially with Japanese Pokemon cards. I have some really awesome pristine 10s with Final Fantasy. I've got some Yu-Gi-Oh! Pristine 10s as well. What's going on, new kid? How we doing? Just started box number 2 for my CGC submissions. But yeah, always love seeing these pristines. But let's take a look and see which one it is in 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. All right, starting off strong with a pristine 10 Pikachu. So it's so funny because the other submission I did, and let me go back and look through this. So the other submission I did, I submitted one as well. So there we go. We got a Gem Mint 10 and a pristine. Obviously, there's going to be varying price difference between the two, but you will see both of these on the eBay store. Hopefully today. I should be able to get them all knocked out today, but absolutely beautiful card and a beautiful start to this submission. So there we go. Always nice seeing pristine, especially in the beginning of a box here. Let's take a look and see what we have next. Ooh, okay. So this box is going to be really, really fun. So I threw Pikachu in there because, again, everyone likes Pikachu. But this is the Evolution submission. Yes, the whole rest of this box is all Evolutions. So super excited to see how we did with this. These are, again, I have all of them from Eevee all the way to Umbreon. Super excited to see how we did on these. But without further ado, let's start with Eevee. Nice. All right, let's go. And again, you know, someone asked me one of the previous streams, hey, why are you grading double rares? You know, why would you do that? Doesn't make sense. This is why, because again, it's not the rarest card. I know it's not the most expensive, but if you see cards that you have a rough idea that, hey, this could be a high grade, this is why I do this, right? So again, it's not the most expensive Gem Mint 10 or the most expensive Eevee card out there, but it's still a 10. It's going to go up on the shop. And exactly, Nugget said it perfectly. Eevees sell. Same thing like Pikachu's, Charizard's, Mew's. So that's why I submitted this. So super excited to see that. Right, exactly. But let's take a look and see how we do with the rest of this. But strong start there. All right, let's do it this way. I'm going to try and reorganize just a little bit because I want to see how this whole stack of Evolutions does. I'm going to set them off to the side here. All right, next. If you guys know the order of the Evolutions, we have Leafeon next. Again, this is all from TerraFest EX. I had one of each card. This one looked pretty good. To be completely honest, the only thing I was worried about was the centering. If you look at that bottom, like orange-pink line there, towards the top, it's a little bit thinner up top. But outside of that, again, I thought it was a beautiful-looking card. Again, this is another one of those. That's awesome, Nugget. This is another one of those where the Terraform card looks really, really good because the crystals are shooting out. You can still see the Pokemon and Leafeon's eyes even glow, so that's pretty sick. But let's take a look and see how we did on this one. Ooh, wow. A 7.5. Interesting. Okay, so, I mean, obviously that's not the greatest grade. But usually when you get to, like, under 8s, you know, 8s and up, it's usually, like, centering issues. Once you get under that, it's usually, like, dings, dents, scratches. Again, I thought this card was pretty clean. So, now, granted, I'm going to do some more research and see if there's any issues. And obviously, again, you can use those high-res pictures, of course. But yeah, so I'll take a look at this a little bit further. Now, I have had some cards that I submitted that were flawless when they left, flawless when they came back, and still got a weird grade. So depending on how those high-res pictures go, I may end up resubmitting this just to see if we can get a better grade. But again, if not, it is what it is. I'm not, you know, overly upset about it. Yes, it would have been nice to get a much higher grade, but it's all good. Let's just keep rolling, just so we can keep track and see how we do on the other ones. Let's go next. This should be Flareon again. Obviously, we saw one of these earlier. And just as a reminder, we did get the pristine earlier. So super excited to get that. Obviously, this isn't a pristine, but it's all good. Still have hopes that we have a nice grade on this one. Again, TerraFest EX. Let's see how we did. Okay, whew. All right, that 7.5 got me nervous. So another Gem Mint 10 Evolution here. Absolutely beautiful Flareon. As much as I would love to have, you know, all the alt arts, right? I never pulled a God Pack, unfortunately. The only alt art I pulled for the evolutions was the Espeon. And I did pull the Eevee. I already got those graded, and both of them are actually still on the eBay store. And funny enough, while I'm thinking about it, let me just grab this real quick just to show you guys. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised they haven't sold yet, but you know, it's all good. So here is the evolution, right? 10 on this one, absolutely beautiful. I had this one previously graded. This one is on the shop. And then I have, where is it? And then here is the Espeon. Those are the only two alt arts that I pulled from Terrorfest in terms of evolutions. But yeah, two absolutely beautiful cards. Yeah, up for offers. I do adjust the prices, you know, as the market adjusts. So it's not something where I just set the price and forget about it. All right. All right, let's keep going. Yes, a lot of absolutely beautiful cards for sure. All right, next. It should be good old Vaporeon. Very, very nice. Another absolutely beautiful card here. Again, I like the artwork on this, right? All the crystals just shooting off of the Pokemon, and you can actually see the Pokemon. Interesting, new kid for sure. But yeah, absolutely beautiful card. Let's take a look and see how we did. Nice. All right, another Gem Mint 10. So it looks like we only had one dip so far with that Leafeon, but we're doing really, really well for everything else so far. Let's take a look and see how we do on the next. This should be Glaceon. That's awesome, Nugget. All right, so here we go. We have Glaceon again. Another evolution, another double rare from Terrorfest EX. Let's see how we did on this one. Ooh, a 9 on this one. Okay. All right, I'll take it. I mean, I'm curious why. And again, I'm going to have to check the scans after. But again, there's cards that, you know, even, you know, when I submit, especially for the shop, there's cards I know that, hey, this, you know, has potential to have a really high grade. I do sometimes submit cards that I know probably aren't going to get the highest grade, especially for more vintage stuff. Some of the vintage cards, especially vintage hollows from like Wizards of the Coast or even like early 2000s, even if it's like a 7 or an 8, there's still a lot of value depending on what kind of card it is. Obviously, modern, it's a different conversation there, but a 9 is still nice. I'll gladly take that. And again, there's plenty of Eevee fans out there, so when priced right, you know what I mean? I think there's a buyer for that for sure. But let's take a look and see what's next. Good old Jolteon here. I really, really like this one. Again, another evolution from Terrorfest EX. Again, really, really clean. I like it. I like all the particle effect. And again, it's got the huge crown just sitting right on top of its head. But let's take a look and see how Jolteon did. Nice. All right. All right, we're doing really good with these evolutions. Again, a couple little dips here and there, but I can't complain about it. Another absolutely beautiful card. Let's see what we have next. So, ooh. All right. Very, very nice. So another pristine. If you guys know the evolutions, you should have an idea of which one this is. And don't worry, this is all just like dust from the shop. I always wipe all these down, and then I have sleeves that I put them in. So I'll be doing that after the stream. But another pristine. Let's take a look and see which one it is. 3, 2, 1. Oh, beautiful. So now I have two absolutely beautiful Espeon cards. This is the pristine 10. Absolutely beautiful card from Terrorfest EX. The double rare. Yeah. Another beautiful card for sure. Super excited that it's in that pristine. I love this black and gold label. As much as I miss the old blue labels from CGC and even the green labels from CGC, I do like the pristines. It's another standout variant for them. All right, next, Sylveon. So again, as you saw, we did pull a pristine Sylveon earlier. Obviously, this is another pristine, but it's all good. Let's take a look and see how we did with this one in 3, 2, 1. All right, nice. A Gem Mint 10. Hey, if it's not a pristine, obviously I'm hoping for the Gem Mint 10, and we absolutely got that. So, again, another absolutely beautiful card for sure, and another awesome evolution for the stack. All right, last but definitely not least, you guys already know what it is. Umbreon didn't get the pristine, but let's see what it did do. Last Slab Magic, of course. Again, absolutely beautiful card here. We did get, if I remember correctly, let me move this to the side. So we do have a Gem Mint 10 from the other submission. So let's see if we have a pair, hopefully. I mean, it would have been sick to get a pristine for this one, especially because Umbreon is one of the more favorite evolutions. But let's take a look and see how we did with this one. Nice, all right. So let's take a look. Absolutely beautiful. So just from that box, right, we'll flip all these back over. And again, out of all the evolutions, we did really good so far. I'm going to try and hold this without the glare. So we got the 10 for Eevee, the 7.5 for Leafeon, which again, that's kind of our asterisk. I need to look at that one again. We got the Flareon in a 10. We got Vaporeon in a 10. We got the Glaceon in a 9, which again, can't complain about that. Again, it could be something as simple as centering, or maybe there's a little more whitening on the back than normal. We got the Jolteon in a 10. We got the Espeon in that pristine 10, absolutely beautiful. We got Sylveon in a 10, and last but definitely not least, the Umbreon. So again, in terms of evolutions, we're doing really, really good so far. Let me resort these and pull out some of the other outliers, just so I can keep all this in order. But yeah, awesome so far. Very, very excited about this. All right, let's move all these back over. These are here. But yeah, a little disappointed with that 7.5, but again, there's not much I can do about it. I don't grade cards, so it's just one of those things where I just have to do research and look into it a little bit more. If I still think it's super clean, it might be something that I try and resubmit with a future submission. I do submit cards often, so if it's something that you're interested in getting, if you're interested in getting some of your cards submitted, feel free to reach out. Either hit me up on the personal email or hit me up on Discord or over on Instagram. Yeah, I'm always down to do customer submissions along with my own. I can give you the full breakdown on how pricing works and estimated time frames and how the whole process works. Show you screenshots of my materials and how I prep and ship all the cards. But yeah, if that's something you're interested in, feel free to reach out. I always enjoy doing customer orders, especially because it gives me a chance to make more content and show off what you guys are submitting. But also it's good to know that people are trusting in me to take care of their collection and get it to and from the grading company. All right, here we go. Last but not least, submission number 41. Let me grab a sip of water real quick. All right, last but not least, submission number 41, another 10 cards, another economy submission through CGC. Super excited about this one. Always fun doing card submissions, whether it's for me or the shop. So, all right, let's take a look and see how we did with this one. All right, well, at least they had all the foam inserts this time. I know I made a joke last time that one of them didn't have one, which again, it's not the biggest deal because I always move them. Yeah, last submission magic. There we go. All right, let's take a look. Trying to think about this, I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember what cards are in this submission. I had a good idea for these first two, but maybe we'll see the first one. I'll get a better understanding. But here we go. Let's see what we got. Ooh, okay. It's coming back to me a little bit. We got the Iono's Wattrel. Right, so there's this one, which is the promo, and then Kilowattrel, which is the card from Battle Partners. Absolutely beautiful card. Right? Yeah, I'll take any kind of magic we can get here. Absolutely beautiful promo for sure. And again, this came with the Japanese booster box. So just like how they're doing on the English side now, which that's a whole other conversation. Glenn, how we doing? But yeah, so when you bought the Japanese booster box, you got this card. Same thing with English. The only difference is on the English side, there's a separate booster box that comes with the promo card. You can get the Journey Together booster box without the promo. But I mean, you might as well just pay a little bit more. But anyway, let's take a look and see how we did with this one to start off this last box. Nice, all right. Glenn called it. I like it. Another absolutely beautiful card. I love all the bright colors there. Not the biggest fan that Rotom's on the front. I know he's trying to blend in there, but You know, 2 of the 3 components of this card are absolutely beautiful. I'll gladly take that. Another exciting card for the shop. Now, if I remember correctly, the next card should be its counterpart, which it is. So, depending on grade, right? So you have Wattrel and Kilowattrel. Obviously, this is a promo, this with a set. I may bundle these together. I think it just works. It would be a nice, perfect pair to get. You guys let me know what you think. I have bundled stuff together in the past. I actually have some bundles up right now. Yeah, remember your last submission, Law 10? Correct. What's going on, Wabbit? How we doing? Right on time. Look at this. You know, we're starting to talk about Iono, and then Wabbit shows up. So here we go. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, depending on grades, we'll probably bundle these together. But let's take a look and see how the Kilowattrel did in 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. Absolutely beautiful. So there we go. So we got Nugget and Wabbit are at it again. I love it. So there we go. So we got the promo in a 10 and the evolved form from Battle Partners in a 10 as well. 2 absolutely beautiful cards. I love all the colors and they pop really, really well. So 2 awesome cards there. Yeah, definitely going to bundle those together. So if you're interested in those, reach out to me ahead of time, or, you know, just wait for the eBay listing to go live. All right, next we have, another favorite for sure. I always like submitting these. It's such a beautiful card. And again, Charmander is very, very popular. But yeah, so we have the Charmander Art Rare promo. This is from Obsidian Flames Elite Trainer Box. Another absolutely beautiful card here. I would absolutely hope this would be a 10. I just love this card here. It's become very iconic. I like the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur variants and styles as well. But this one is just, it's just funny. Yeah, he's super grumpy. He either wants to be outside playing or he really wants that Pidgey. But either way, let's take a look and see how he did in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, got a 9 on that one. Okay. Still take that. Absolutely beautiful card. And again, it's one of those things where I'll check all the scans after the fact and kind of zoom in on these. But again, I feel like I do a pretty thorough job ahead of time. I look at these cards and see, you know, what kind of condition they're in. I mean, that centering even from there looks absolutely amazing. So there could just be some whitening or maybe some scratches here and there. He's upset about the grade. Yeah, he's trapped in this glass case now behind the window. So yeah, that's kind of funny. But it's all good. Absolutely beautiful. I'll take that. Let's move on to the next one. So here's the shameless plug, but if you guys are enjoying this kind of content, make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. We do submissions all the time, whether it's the preview and then we get into the recap. Yeah, you'll see these streams a lot. Again, if you want to get your own cards submitted, feel free to reach out. I know I already have a couple customer orders lined up or potential customer orders lined up. I have my own personal submissions I want to get to. So yeah, a lot of card submissions being run through this channel. But let's take a look and see what we have next. Ooh, another beautiful card here. Talking about Mew, we had some nice Mews earlier. This is the Mew VMAX from Lost Origins. One of the last cards. It is the last card in the trainer gallery from Lost Origin. I think Lost Origin had one of the best trainer galleries from that whole arc, right? Because you had Brilliant Stars, you had Astral Radiance, you had Lost Origin, and then Silver Tempest. And then obviously Crown Zenith had the Galarian gallery. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I wasn't the biggest fan initially. Like, I liked the black and gold. What I didn't like was the trim and like the weird highlight. But it grew on me, especially on some of the other cards that had that. But yeah, really, really like that design. Let's see how Mew did in 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. There we go. Another Gem Mint 10. Absolutely beautiful Mew VMAX there. This one's going on the shop for sure. But yeah, I do like the black and gold. I think we have another black and gold card in here somewhere. We'll have to take a look. Obviously, we'll get to it here in a couple seconds. Next. So you can't have Mew without having Mewtwo as well. This is the English variant. This is from the 151 Ultra Premium Collection promo. One of my favorite recent cards, especially for Mewtwo. I just love him just looking down on the city. It's got like really dark vibes. This card should have been a part of like a Team Rocket set instead of a lot of the dumb art rares they're adding. I'll save that tangent for Sunday if you guys are interested. There's more leaks coming out of the art rares for the new and upcoming Team Rocket set. And little bit of a spoiler, I'm not impressed. So we'll save that conversation for Sunday. But yeah, let's see how Mewtwo did here. Again, Black Star promo from Scarlet and Violet. Let's take a look and see. Oh, 9.5. So close to the 10, but hey, I'm not going to complain about that. I got a few more of these. May try and grade them again, but pretty solid grade. I don't think I've gotten any pristines in this card yet. I know I've gotten a bunch of Gem Mint 10s. I think I had like one weird oddball, like super low grade. But yeah, no pristines in this yet, but still absolutely beautiful card and another 9.5. It's always fun seeing those random subgrades like that, or the half grades. All right, 1, 2, 3, 5 more. We're almost done. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this so far. Now, we have the Japanese variant. Again, this one's from the actual 151 set. The other one was from the Ultra Premium collection, so it was a promo. I'm going to hold it up. Let's see. And again, it's so funny seeing these side by side because for years, the English cards had the yellow borders. It stood out a little bit more, but now seeing them, it's literally just a text difference. And I think that's the reason behind why they did this. But let's take a look and see how we did. I'm going to put this down so I don't drop this as I let my thumb off this. But let's see how we did with this one. 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. There we go. So we got the Gem Mint in the Japanese and so close to Gem Mint on the English. Two absolutely beautiful cards there. And again, you'll probably see, or you'll most likely see both these on the shop sometime today. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really like that Mewtwo artwork. Man, this stack of 10s is getting taller and taller. Can't wait to do this recap with you guys. All right, 4 more. Let's see if we can snag any more pristines. Ooh, there's the other black and gold right there. What's going on, Zach? How we doing? Been here since those two? Yep. Awesome. Appreciate you. And that's the thing, like, whether you're here for 5 minutes or you're here the whole stream and you're just kind of keeping it in the background, I truly appreciate it. It means a lot. So, yeah, thanks for coming by. All right, so here's the gold. The other gold trainer gallery, the other gold card from the Lost Origin trainer gallery. Ooh, hold on. What is that? Oh, so we have an error card here. I didn't even see that initially. All right, so insufficient ink error. I'm curious if it's on the front or the back side, but let's take a look and see how the grade was. Okay, so we got the 9. Not too bad. I'll take that. So we did get an error card, though. Interesting. Insufficient ink. Now, it's going to be harder to tell on the front, especially because it's this gold flake with the black trim for the rest. On the back, usually it's more noticeable. Oh, it's right there in that corner. Look at that. I didn't even realize that. You see that right there in the top, and that's not on the glass, or on the plastic rather. That's on the card. How did I not see that? That was just part of the dust. So let me wipe all this off just to make sure. But yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. I had no idea. I mean, it's very obvious, so I was just not paying attention, I guess. But that's pretty neat. Definitely a unique card and an error card for Pikachu. That's exciting for sure. But yeah, I'll gladly take that. It's always nice to see error cards. I don't have too many of them. I think I still have the last 2 error cards that I had graded. One was another insufficient ink, and the other one was a texture shift. So that was kind of fun. All right. Let's see what else we got. 3 more. Let's see what else we can pull here. Ooh. All right. Another beautiful Pikachu card here. I want to say the last couple are Pikachu. Not to spoil anything, but kind of spoiled it. But yeah, this is the Secret Rare from Crown Zenith, the only Secret Rare in the set. I've graded so many of these. Unfortunately, it's not a pristine, but that's kind of what I'm chasing. I think I have like 6 or 7 more of these. I'm going to sprinkle through other submissions. I would love to get at least just 1 pristine for me. Again, I'm not the biggest Pikachu fan. Obviously, I like Raichu a lot more. But Raichu doesn't really get the love that Pikachu does. But yeah, it'd be cool to get this in a pristine and add it with the other Pikachus that I have. But yeah, between the colors and all the other Pokemon on here, definitely an awesome card for sure. But let's see how we did with this one. Ooh, 8.5 on that one. Man. So I knew the centering wasn't absolutely perfect. You can kind of see it. It's shifted this way a little bit. But 8.5 is usually past the point where it's just centering. There's probably some whitening or some scratches here and there. Yeah, the back is shifted this way. But still a beautiful card. Again, not the rarest, not the most expensive, but trying my luck with these. Hopefully we can get, a better grade on some of the upcoming submissions for that one. But that's interesting. That's the first 8.5 that we got today. And it's funny because, well, no, we got other 8.5s earlier. We got the Blastoise 8.5s. So, okay. We did get a couple other 8.5s. All right. Last 2 cards. Let's see what we got. Another Pikachu here. Another beautiful promo. And again, I like the colors on these. It's all super bright and vibrant. This is the Paldean Evolved Elite Trainer Box promo. As I'm losing my voice. Kind of perfect timing that we're coming to a close here. Excuse me. But yeah, I've graded a whole bunch of these. I do have the stamped promo. I'm probably going to keep in the collection. But yeah, absolutely beautiful card. And again, it's got all the starters on there. I have this in Chinese and English. Or I'm sorry. Obviously, I have it in English. I have it in Chinese and Japanese as well. But let's take a look and see how Pikachu did in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, so close to the 10. Man. And again, it's one of those without subgrades. You don't know what push it off. Just that 0.5 off from getting the 10. But still absolutely beautiful. You're definitely going to see this one on the eBay shop along with majority of other stuff on the desk here. I think the only cards I'm going to hold on to myself are probably the Blastoise cards. But yeah, we'll recap everything here in just a second. But still, another absolutely beautiful card and another nice 9.5. All right, last, but definitely not least. So no pristines to end off on, but hey, I can't complain. We got some good pristines earlier. Another Pikachu, another promo. This is from the 2024 Adventure Chest. If you can find these, they're pretty marked down at this point if you find any in stores. But you get a good amount of packs. You get this beautiful promo. I think the pack selection is pretty decent, so definitely worth checking out. But again, beautiful artwork there. You got Palmy and Sprigatito there. You get the mouse group. I think that's mouse hold because there's multiple mice there. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. And this card came out, I want to say, the spring of 2024. So it was kind of perfect timing and fitting with the artwork. But last submission, last card from this submission. Let's see how we did. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, 8.5 on that one. Man, it's all right. Again, probably starts with centering, right? Okay, nice. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Again, I think that's definitely worth picking up at that price point. But yeah, I'll have to look at the high-res scans on these and see. Obviously, there's centering issues here. It's not perfect. But once you get under, like, 9, or you're in that 8 to 8.5, it's usually centering. And then maybe some scratches or whitening here and there. But, again, I'm not going to complain. Pretty solid recap. Let's look over everything real quick. And then, yeah, I'm going to be busy for the rest of today getting all this uploaded. If I do get a chance to do some gaming today, the Monster Hunter Wilds first major patch or update came out. So I'll be playing that. Got some Destiny 2 to play. I'll be on Final Fantasy 14. So it's going to be a long night for sure. But, hey, it's worth it. And, again, keep in mind, you know, I knew you were going to ask me that, new kid. No. I will be playing the regular Power World game, which is really, really fun and not weird by any means. No, I won't be playing the new Power World game. But yeah, keep in mind, Sunday stream, it's going to be a lot of mail. We do have some stuff to open within that mail, so keep an eye out for that. Next Friday, obviously a week from today, we'll be doing another Final Fantasy Friday, and I really think you're going to like that one. But let's take a look at what we have here. So, again, these are the ones I'm going to keep for myself here. Again, not a huge stack, but again, some of my favorites from this one. Again, it's all Blastoise stuff. So, we got the Secret Rare from 151 Japanese. We got the Blastoise EX from the Japanese deck, the special deck set. We got another Blastoise EX from 151, so very, very nice there. And then last but definitely not least, we got the full art from the Chinese Collect 151. Super excited about that. That's going to be a nice addition there. And again, you can kind of see, I really want to show you guys this. It's going to be super hard to see, but if the camera would focus just a little bit, come on, work with me here. It's not going to. So I want to just try and get just really, really good light on that bottom corner. You can kind of see it right there. You see it? There's that little Pokemon stamp right down there. That's exclusive to the Chinese Pokemon cards. You won't see that anywhere else. which I really, really like. I think that's super cool. All right, next. Lowest grade of the batch. We got the 7.5 from Leafeon. Again, you know, I'll have to look into it and see why. The other 8.5s we got, 2 beautiful Pikachus, 1 promo, and 1 secret rare. Again, absolutely beautiful cards there. Yeah, I really need to look at that, Zach, because again, normally when you get to 7.5, it's like significant or like it should be obvious why. I knew the centering wasn't super perfect on the front, but, and again, it's so tough with these Japanese backs because it just fades into the blue. It's not like it's a crisp, solid line like this here. Oh, nope, wrong one. Sorry. Let me flip this over. Like this here, you can tell, like, hey, there's some crisp lines there. You can see where, you know, the centering is on the back, but a lot tougher to see on the Japanese ones. But I'll take a look, see if there's any major issues. So for our 9s, we got that really, really cool error card there. We got the error Pikachu VMAX from Lost Origins. We got the Charmander promo, good old grumpy Charmander there. And then we got the Glaceon EX, so nice set of 9s right there. In terms of 9.5s, we got this Pikachu, another beautiful promo there. That's the Paldea Evolved promo. We got the Mewtwo English version from 151 Ultra Premium Collection. And then the Chinese Shiny Pikachu from Gem Pack Volume 1. I can't wait till Volume 2 comes out. If you guys saw how much Volume 1 I opened up, we're going to do about the same, if not more, for Volume 2. I will be completing all of these sets. So if they end up doing the 4 volumes like it's rumored, it's going to be a really awesome collection when they're all done. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Volume 2 should be coming out sometime soon. If I was to guess, it's probably going to be within the next few months. All right, so next. This whole heaping stack here. It is, but at the same time, without subgrades, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know specifically what the issue was, right? But it's one of those things where I kind of wish they would add subgrades back. And again, I mentioned it before, right? They do have room on the back where even if you paid a little bit more, right? They could put all the subgrade scores right here. There's room on the back for it. I've made that suggestion. Obviously, I'm nowhere on CGC's like big corporate radar. But I think it would, people would pay for it for sure, especially in terms of like, you know, they can make money off of it. They could absolutely just, you know, have the initial grade here, all the information, and then on the back, there's plenty of room here to put the 4 subgrades. But again, that's just me. Yeah, new kid, if you got them on speed dial, hit them up, dude. Let them know that I'm asking for sure. So even if you look on the website, so Nugget, when you get a chance, you can scan any of these QR codes, right? And it's going to bring you right to this card. Thanks, I appreciate it, dude. You can scan it. It's going to give you all the same details that are here and then 2 high-res images. Now, before, when they used to use subgrades, yes, it would give the whole breakdown. But because that's kind of the extent of where it goes, it doesn't give you exact detailed info. And like there's other companies that use other scans and they use like, you know, computers and AI and all that stuff to give you like layer by layer breakdown and all that. I think that'd be kind of cool, but no, you're fine. You're fine. No worries. It's definitely a good question. All right. Stack of 10s here. Huge stack of 10s. Always nice to see. Let's go through them real quick here. Again, Japanese Mewtwo from 151. We got the English Mew. Oh, music stopped. Weird timing. Let me start the playlist up again. Man, we ran through that quick. All right. So, English Mew VMAX Black and Gold card from Lost Origins. We got the absolutely beautiful pair, which again, this will be selling as a bundle, so keep an eye out for that. We got Wattrel and Kilowattrel, both Ionos cards. I'll just put them that way. All right. We got into some of the evolutions. We got Umbreon, and I think we got a couple Umbreons. We got Sylveon. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I really like the design, especially the redesign. I mean, I'm still a fan of the old CGC labels. So, for instance, let me see. I know I have one on my desk here. So here's an old CGC, and this is a green label, which is even more rare. I do miss these old labels. I think it would have been cool if they stuck with them, kept the blue, and then for the golds and up, they could have done the same kind of design. But yeah, again, I'm not going to complain about the updated ones. I do like it. It does look a little more, I guess, professional, if you will. But yeah, all right. Another evolution. So we got the Vaporeon in a 10. We got Flareon in a 10. Man, we got pretty close to getting a full 10 set of evolutions here. We got Eevee in a 10. Now, the big one, and I think probably one of my favorite cards from this submission, and potentially one of the most expensive, is this Captain Pikachu from Gem Pack Volume 1. Absolutely beautiful card there. Yeah, it definitely has a little more modern feel for sure. But yeah, one of my favorite cards from modern sets, and probably one of the most expensive cards in this submission. We got the WakoBako, again, absolutely beautiful card, just chilling with the trainer. I love that one. And then we get into some of the EXs. We got not only one Mew, but we got two Mew EXs. Very, very nice. And then we got the Charizard EX. We had two of those. And then we got Pikachu EX, and then, yeah, and then the Umbreon EX to end off. So pretty good stack of 10s there. But wait, there's more. Like good old Billy Mays used to say, but wait, there's more. Let me move these off to the side. And then we get to show off our stack of pristines. Always nice when I get pristines. Again, I mean, obviously they're more valuable, but I just love that logo. So we got the Espeon in a pristine 10. We got the Pikachu. So again, we got it in a 10 and a pristine 10. Absolutely beautiful. We got the Flareon in a 10, in the pristine 10 rather. And last but definitely not least, we got the Sylveon. So again, some pretty awesome pristines there. Very, very nice. And again, 3 evolutions and a Pikachu for pristines. Yeah, gladly take that. I'm not going to complain about that whatsoever. But that's going to do it for today's submission recap. Let me know. We'll leave this up for a couple minutes. Let me know what your favorite submission or favorite card from the submission was. Again, I'm going to be working on getting all this stuff uploaded today. So, yeah, again, pretty awesome stream. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a fun time. Let's see. But, yeah, let me know what your favorite card was. We'll give this a few more minutes. Let me give away just a couple more code cards here. Gave some away in the very beginning. So here we go. Got some Fusion Strike here. Just grabbing these by random. I still have hundreds of codes to give away, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, pretty decent stack. I gave away, what was earlier? Earlier was Darkness Ablaze. The Captain Pika, for sure. And again, I'm kind of glad that, you know, pulling the 3 that I did, kept one in the binder, and then graded or sold one and graded the other one. So yeah, pretty awesome. Let me move all this to the backdrop here just so we can kind of see it a little bit better. Full breakdown from all the grades. So the next step after this is obviously make sure the video goes live. And then what I'll do is I clean all these off. I use like alcohol wipes. So I'll clean all these off, and then yeah, and then I put them in secondary plastic sleeves. I take pictures of the fronts and backs, and then with the scans from CGC, I start uploading them on eBay. So that's going to do it for today's stream, guys. Thank you, everyone that came through. Might as well do that quick recap. I always like shouting everybody out. So, Nugget, of course, appreciate you. Wabbit, Zach, New Kid, Saya, appreciate you. Trainer Glenn came through. Who else? I think that's it. Yeah. Awesome. Appreciate everyone coming through. Yep. Right. Absolutely amazing for sure. I love it. Super excited to see future Blastoise artwork cards. This is one of my favorite modern artwork of Blastoise there. Yeah. I appreciate that, New Kid, but probably not. Yeah. Another solid stream, guys. Again, appreciate everyone coming through. But yeah, keep an eye out for the next submission. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday. It's going to be another awesome mail day and some exciting stuff to open up. But that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm WakoBako. Enjoy your weekend.